what's up everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the what's next on Aleem, the super bantamweight contender from 122 pounds, following his first pro defeat and split decision loss to Sam Goodman when he went to Australia on Showtime and fought Goodman on June 17th. Before we get into that, if you guys could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I try to build my channel up. And if you don't like what I'm doing, you can always leave me a thumbs down or, a comment letting me know what you think. So, all that being said, let's get into the what's next for Aleem. So, Aleem, good fighter. Came in against Sam Goodman, the favorite, even though he was going to Sam Goodman's home country. And, first half of the fight, he looked really good. He looked strong. He was landing good shots. Power hooks. I mean, he was winning the fight, but Sam Goodman was doing his work too, though. Sam Goodman was in that fight. It was close. But I felt like Aleem was winning probably like a 4-2 type fight. And then second half, Sam Goodman just put his foot on the gas pedal and just beat Aleem to the punch a little bit. I mean, that's all it was. Aleem was still in the fight. There was some close rounds. He was still doing well. But, Sam Goodman was just doing better. That's all it was. And, again, it was close. They were going at it. And at the end of the day, Sam Goodman just outworked them. And Aleem suffered the first loss of his career, a split decision loss. So now the big question is, what's next for Aleem following this loss? And it's going to be interesting to see what he does, because Aleem's a PBC guy, and it's not like everybody was rushing to the front of the line to fight Aleem as is. I think maybe some people might be a little bit more willing to fight him now, but he really that this was his big opportunity and it fell to the wayside. So now let's run through the top 10 and see what possibly could be next for him going forward. So we start with number one, are the two guys that are tied for first, Naoya Inoue, the monster. Well, not gonna happen. He's fighting Stephen Fulton Jr. in July for the unified title, and the winner likely gonna fight for the undisputed title in December. So, or later in the year or early 2024. So not likely that Inoue, win or lose, will fight Aleem. Then you got Stephen Fulton Jr. Again, not likely. Even if he were to lose, unless he wanted to jump right back in against a very game fighter like Aleem, I don't see Fulton doing that. And I honestly think Fulton, if he were to lose to Inoue, he's probably moving up to 126 finally. So I don't see Fulton and Fulton and Aleem coming together. Then number three is Mirajan Akhmadaliev, MJ. Not seeing this one either. MJ, coming off of a defeat. So is Aleem. They're coming off of close defeats. But do they want to go lock horns with each other coming off those defeats, especially when they're with rival promotions? I don't see it. Then you got Marlon Tapales, the unified champion. Actually, he's number 3, and MJ was number 4. Tapales is in line to fight now for undisputed. The WBA has already cleared the path for him. So Tapales is going to most likely fight the winner of Inoue and Fulton. And if he doesn't, he'll fight his WBA mandatory, which is not Aleem. You got Luis Nery sitting there at number 5. I would love to see the fight, but Nery doesn't have to take it because he's a top contender now in the WBC. So he wouldn't have to take a fight like this. So I don't see him taking that risk. Then you got Isaiah Hovhannissian at number 6. I would love to see that fight. They're both coming off of tough losses, and I'd like to see both of them try to climb back in the mix by fighting each other. Wouldn't completely rule it out, but doubtful, because for the simple fact that it's a high-risk fight for both guys. Aleem is with the PBC, and Hovhannissian, last I checked, is with Golden Boy. A rematch with Sam Goodman, who's number 7. Not seeing it. Goodman doesn't have to take the fight, and it would be a risk for him to give Aleem a rematch unless the IBF were to order this rematch to happen. I don't see it happening. Number 9, Liam Davies. I get guess the only way I could see it is if Eddie Hearn really wanted to test Davies later in the year, and they set up some kind of an eliminator, but I don't think he's going to do that. I think Davies will have a smoother road to an eliminator than Rais Aleem, who's coming off a loss, so I'm not seeing that. And then finally, Ionut Baluta. You know what's funny is this fight is probably gettable if he pushes for it, Aleem. And if Baluta defeats Dennis McCann, who's an undefeated contender also, I could potentially see this fight taking place, because Aleem might be like, hey, I want to face a real contender, and Baluta is a real contender. But I don't know. For some reason, I'm seeing it less likely. So the most likely option, I don't know if there is a likely top 10 option, to be honest. I think Rais Aleem's a threat and a dangerous guy to take on, and if you don't have to fight him, I don't think there's going to be guys rushing to the front of the line to fight him. That doesn't mean he can't get any fights with a lot of those guys, but they're either busy or they have a smoother road that they don't have to go through a guy like Rais Aleem. So, you know, coming off of a tough defeat and you're already a guy that people aren't rushing to fight, it makes it more difficult. So I think Aleem, what he's going to do next is probably just take a stay busy fight, go get a victory, hopefully before the end of the year. Hopefully he doesn't take too long off, because he fought his ass off and lost by a split decision. It's not like he got his ass whipped. And if he does that, and, you know, that'll set him up next year for potentially, you know, a good run to get right back in the mix and set himself up in some kind of eliminator. So that's it. That's what I got. That's my what's next on contender, super bantamweight contender at 122 pounds, Rais Aleem, coming off of his first pro defeat, a split decision loss to Sam Goodman. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.